Attention! Go!
Right, we're at the start again. Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, or the PE as it's known. Shrewsbury School in blue at the top of your screen, and Westminster School in bright pink, that really garish colour down the bottom of your screen, and off they go. One of the most hotly tested. This competition is absolutely stacked. There's so many crews and qualifiers. The absolute pinnacle of junior boys rowing right here in the PE Henley Royal Regatta. This is the one they want, isn't it?
Yeah, they talk in junior UK rowing about the Triple Crown, and that's the schools head of the river, the national schools, and Henley Royal Regatta. And let's face it, Henley Royal Regatta, the Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup, is the jewel in that crown. You're right, Jess, this is what all of the athletes want to win. And at the moment, Shrewsbury going out hard, going out long, going out strong. They look like they've got the slightly better rhythm. And if you look at the way they're sitting up nice and tall at that stroke, at the front of that stroke, just etching out bit by bit, eking out man by man, looking like there's more rhythm, more composure in that crew. If they can continue to move away with this type of rhythm, I think they're going to get control of this race in the early stages and be able to dominate proceedings.
And we might see slightly different things in the school events this year. Seems though we're putting these races in the middle of August. Lots of people might decide to move on and go and start university, or take that break after what's been a really hard time for these young students going through the past year and a half of studying. So we're seeing some really different results. We're seeing some young people in the crews. If you look down your boat here, the 4-seat of your Westminster crew, Max Peel is only 16, so he's a young guy to be in this PE top 8.
Yeah, fantastic experience for him. I'm sure he'll be a name to watch over the next couple of years as we hopefully return to a level of normality in the junior rowing world. But these two crews will know each other very well. They'll have raced each other at the National Schools Regatta back at the end of May. They'll have probably come across each other at one of the big domestic regattas, either Marlow or Metropolitan, perhaps even both. And then I know that a couple of the big schools sent their best crews to the British Rowing Junior Championships in the middle of July, which was the final touch point before Henley Royal. And then the crews went away on a sort of 2-3 week hiatus to train and get prepared for the regatta. And here we are facing up on the Friday. Westminster, of course, who won this event, or actually no, made the final of this event in 2015 before losing out to St Paul's School, would love, and I know they would absolutely love to make the Saturday and be able to push on for a spot in that final and maybe seek revenge on that 2015 loss. But at the moment, looking like Shrewsbury having the better of things in the opening half.
It looks windy though, which means this is going to make the race a lot longer. How do you find rowing into a headwind, Tom? What's the difference between headwind and tailwind?
Yeah, I mean, I was always a lightweight, so I hated rowing into a headwind. But fundamentally, I think rowing into a headwind means you're facing more resistance. I mean, if you think about a boat moving through the water, there's resistance just there. And if you've got the added basis of rowing against the wind instead of with it, you're obviously then facing even more on your muscles to exert more energy to actually just propel the boat forward. So yeah, you're absolutely right. These guys will have to contend with that as well, and that will slow down the race. That will mean more energy needs to be exerted, and potentially leads to more exciting finishes, which I think we're about to see here at Westminster, cutting back into Shrewsbury.
Wow, you don't see that very often. They just took a third of a length coming up here past Upper Thames, and they're looking pretty powerful, and I've never seen that happen before so quickly. They've just suddenly taken a length in the Shrewsbury crew. Yeah,
something was said. Here we go. I mean, this is going to be a phenomenal final 500 or so metres, probably even longer than that actually. They've probably got 600, 700 metres to go, neck and neck. The momentum now, Jess, has to be with Westminster. I mean, having moved back, imagine if you're in that Shrewsbury crew, all you're thinking is, oh my God, these guys have just taken a length out of us in about 30 strokes. How are we going to contend with them in the final 500?
So whatever Tobias Bernard said, the Cox of Westminster, he has whipped his boys and they are moving towards Stewards, and I think they've just absolutely chewed up Shrewsbury there, who looks so in control of that race.
Yeah, I suppose if you're Westminster's Cox, you don't change anything now. You just say, keep going, guys. We're moving, we're going. We're gonna go through them, and we're just gonna keep this rhythm, and then we're gonna put our foot on their throats and we're gonna accelerate away, coming through Stewards, using the roar of the supporters. It's almost extra leverage. It's almost extra, like a 12th, like they say in football, a 12th man in the stadium. That's what these boys will be relying on as they come into Stewards, and you can see here it's working like an absolute dream for Westminster.
Shrewsbury aren't making it easy for them. They're hanging on, but that is pretty soul-destroying for the Shrewsbury 8 to have someone take a length on you in the matter of 200 or 300 metres. Can they cling on here through stewards?
You just saw there Tobias in the Westminster driving seat. You need a tactician, you need a strategist in the driving seat when you're in an 8. You need somebody who understands the nuances of a race. You need someone who can feel the unwritten narrative and knows when to put their foot on the throttle. And Tobias Bernard in the Westminster coxing seat, I'm sure he'll know when the right moment is to go.
Coach Josh Butler's got them ready for this. Head of rowing Senior Richards is probably very excited from the bank. This is what you're going to see. You want to get your crews to the weekend, then anything can happen, and they've done an absolutely outstanding job here. Look at that.
Shrewsbury need to go now. Their blade work's getting a little bit erratic. You can see there the wind making a real impact on the ability of both crews to keep true to their form, and I think Westminster have broken them. I think Westminster are going to keep this. You can see the Shrewsbury cox going absolutely crazy, banging the boat, demanding more of his boys. But Westminster looser, more composed, more relaxed. They're rowing through stewards, and I think they're going to take this one, Jess.
Well, what a treat, what a race. You don't normally see crews coming back like that in 8 in the big boat. The speed is so fast, but I think the headwind, the stream, has opened the door for Westminster. Fair play to them. They're coming through to take the win in the PE Princess Elizabeth Challenge Cup. On to Saturday for them.